Good day, everyone. I am Lubaletu Dube, and I'm joined today by Akshay and Suveer. They just gave an amazing talk at Foresight. And before we get into the talk, I just wanted to let you know who we're actually talking to today. So one of the people who are joining me today, Akshay, he is a professional runner who's about to kill a marathon. Akshay, do you want to just share on this marathon? What's this marathon and how's the preparation going?
Well, I'm not a professional runner, but it's just started seriously running maybe from last year, end of last year, and set myself a goal to do the 2 Oceans half. Really enjoyed it, got my time that I wanted, which was under 2 hours, and then said, at the end of this year in October, there's the Cape Town Marathon. So, I'm going to be here. Let me train for that, and that's my goal. So yeah, just running and training for that at the moment, and yeah.
That's really amazing. I've got an uncle who's obsessed with marathons, and he's actually trying to make sure he's run all the major marathons around the world. So are you also planning on maybe going into that eventually?
I started, and I mean, the question I end up getting most is like, oh, since you love running, are you going to do the comrades? I'm like, the most I've done is 21. Let's just calm down, yeah. And I mean, I'm just but I'm just. It's something I do, after work. It's something I enjoy. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then next to Akshay, we've got a little non-traditional. Actually, he is a DJ. I've actually watched him play. He is really good. Do you want to just share on your brilliant talents on the decks? The decks, right?
Yeah, the CDJs. I started DJing in my room because I couldn't go to Rage because I was underage.
Oh, shame.
So I was like, why all these people going to this thing? So I downloaded the app, started learning myself. And then how it all happened was in my second year, the guys who were in charge of our res, I met him at a club once and I was like, I'm a DJ. I sold it. Believe me. And then a year later, he had an event and the DJ pulled out and he sent me a WhatsApp saying, hey, we need a DJ. And I was like, no, I actually have a fun risk exam. I can't actually do it. It's like, just an hour. I was like, okay. And then I tried it out and I loved it. And since then, I grew on with the hobby. I went for some lessons here in Cape Town and I'm actually a resident at Tigerswalk. So
that's amazing.
That's the story, how it happened.
That's amazing. You should go watch him. You might get a free shot. So they clearly have extracurricular activities that help them manage stress, which is why they were perfect people to actually talk on this topic. At Foresight today, they spoke on the game-changing benefits of meditation. Do you want to just take us through that? What is meditation? You actually touched on there's mindfulness and there's meditation. They actually took us through an actual mindful meditation as well. So do you guys just want to touch on that? What is it? What are the differences?
Sure. So meditation, and you correctly mentioned the internet uses the words interchangeably without actually explaining which is what. So meditation is basically a process for your mind to generate some outcome. So it's a deliberate, systematic process for the mind to get out some quality. Whereas mindfulness is a state of mind. It's an example of a quality. So through meditation, you get the quality mind. Mindfulness is basically being in the present moment without judgment. Not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future. You're just in that moment. Some also call it a flow state.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the distinction between the two.
Okay, that's very interesting. So you spoke about the different types of meditation. Yes. Do you want to just touch on those different types of meditation that exist?
Sure. So broadly speaking, and most meditations can fall into one of these 4 categories. Concentrative, insight, love and kindness, and movement. The one that we went through with the audience was an example of concentrative. And so what you're doing there is you focusing your attention on a specific object. So again, remember the definition of meditation is a process for the mind to achieve some outcome. So this process your mind's going to be focused on is a specific object. The one I did was that object was the breath. It could be a mantra. It could be a visualization.
Okay.
That's an example of the concentrative. Should I go through each one?
No, you can just give an example, what they are. And then...
Okay, so inside timing, that's just more to do with like developing a better understanding of yourself and being non-reactive. Love and kindness, again, the quality, remember, process, mind, outcome. The outcome we want there is love, kindness, compassion.
That's so cute.
And then the third one is movement. So we train the mind through movement, through Tai Chi or Qi Gong, I think. And through those movements, you can generate certain qualities, such as being present.
That is very interesting.
In a broad way of understanding the different types.
I never actually tied meditation to movement. Like in my head, it's just sitting, being still, and then they like loosen your jaw, and you're like, oh, my jaw is tight. So it's actually interesting that there's movement as well that actually counts as meditation. It's probably why I didn't do very well in karate. So then you spoke about transcendent meditation. Does one of you want to just explain transcendent meditation?
Okay, so transcendental meditation, also known as TM. All good. Funny story. Should I tell you how I found out about it? So I think it was December last year. Every weekend I go to the Saunders tidal pool in Sea Point for a cold ocean swim, and when you're in the cold ocean water, it's like usually 4 or 5 people, and how time goes quickly, you always start speaking to people. So I started speaking to this guy. He told me he does TM. And I was like, okay, I do meditation, but I did other forms of meditation. And he told me about TM and this guy in Sea Point, you should check it out. So I went home and I researched it. And then I found out what TM actually is. And essentially it's a mantra that you get from a certified teacher. And you repeat this mantra in your head and it takes you into a state of meditation. That's what TM is, transcendental meditation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And why is it so popular?
Because it's one of the easiest ones to learn and to do by yourself. All of them are relatively easy, but sometimes you might need somebody in front of you to guide you, for example. Or not everybody can go and do Tai Chi all the time, but you can sit quietly in a room for 20 minutes and just do this type of meditation. So it's popular for the fact that it's easy to learn and also due to the quantification of its benefits that have been widely studied, yeah.
And so what would be these benefits that you speak of?
Cool. Yeah. I'll go through some of the benefits that we looked at. So we looked at mainly the mortality benefits. So, longevity, increasing the life, reducing stress. Suveer went through how stress is a cycle. As you're more stressed, it leads to more stress. And then it creates blockages in your mind. It hinders your problem-solving capability and your creativity. And with TM, it allows you to lose that stress. And with less stress, you go into a cycle of less stress instead of more stress. But other than that, there were also various health benefits that, studies have shown TM can really help with various health benefits and finally reduce health costs. So that's what we were pitching as well. There's a lot of medical aid people here at the talk, and by applying TM, you can end up reducing the health costs, and that's just helping people be healthier and, not getting very expensive medical treatments, but reducing health costs.
That's interesting. So during your talk, you guys actually showed an actual case study of where TM was used as one of the methods to help with mortality. Yep. Do you mind just sharing on that case study? Yeah,
so the case study we looked at, it basically was a case study where they had participants, it was a mortality case study where they had participants split into various groups. So a TM group, mental relaxation group, mindfulness group, and then obviously the control group. And what they did, it was people aged 55 and older. The study was, it was people at old age home because, mortality study. So it was over 30 years. And basically they made sure that each group had to practice that specific stress intervention at certain times in the week. And finally, they analyzed, the frequency, the frequency of how often the people died. So over the 30 years, it was found that TM, the group that did TM, had much less risk of dying since they lived much longer. And they even provided a survival curve which showed the TM group did survive actually longer than all the other groups. So,
and were these results statistically significant?
Yes. So from the studies that the study that was done, it was quite statistically significant. So that's why we used that study in our.
It's very interesting. So when we look at TM and these type of meditations, you guys spoke on the health cost benefits. Do you just want to share a bit on the health cost benefits?
Yeah, so
to TM.
So basically, the aim is basically saying by by practicing TM, you end up with less comorbidity since it improves various health. There's various health benefits, and it decreases risk in various systems like your immune system, digestive system, and you wouldn't think,
System.
Yep, it's
Wow.
because as we mentioned, you concentrating your mind on various systems in your body as well when you mentioning various mantras, which they believe by unlocking your mind, you also unlocking your body. So that that relationship is there. So using that, the studies sort of show that we would end up having less healthcare. Less healthcare costs because the TM participants in the study actually were seeing physicians much less than the non-TM group in that specific study. So
That's actually very interesting, especially if we look at these health benefits that come with TM. Do you have any suggestions on how possibly the healthcare industry could actually maybe make use of TM and how we can bring that into our benefits?
Yeah, so there's currently various international organizations that use various meditation and mindfulness practices in their wellness programs, and basically they all believe that by introducing some sort of meditation practice in a wellness program, you'll help with stress, anxiety, depression, and from that help with their clients be healthier and for them reduce their health costs as well. So it's not only your policyholders that you can, have it to, but also your corporate culture. I gave an example of Allianz, which is an international insurance company, where in their corporate culture, they offer mindfulness sessions, yoga sessions, since they believe it helps with focusing, it helps operational efficiency, and, just people improving the workload that they have. So
And people might come back to the office.
yeah, so that as well. So yeah, it just showed like it is applicable in industry, and various life insurers and medical aids across the world are taking it on. And although it's in the early stages of development and adoption, the fact that these major and large insurers across the world are adopting it show that they believe that there are various health benefits to it, and then it can help them.
So this is very interesting. I feel like meditation has always been portrayed as something that's good to help you relax, deal with like anxiety, but not actually looking at, longevity and like your mortality and digestion. These are some things that I didn't even think of when I thought of meditation. So do you have any recommendations for someone who actually wants to get into meditation? Where should they start? What resources can they utilize?
Yeah, so there's a lot of information out there on the internet, but some stuff that I have personally used and I can vouch for is the app called Headspace. I'm sure you're familiar with it. If you have Netflix, it's right on the app. It's a very simple app to use, and it takes you through simple mindfulness exercises and guided meditations. Secondly, a good app is called Insight Timer, I've mentioned. And so this experienced teachers across different types of meditations upload podcasts, information on this app. And from there, you can get guided information, guided meditations. Great app, not well used, in my opinion. And thirdly, specifically, if you want to learn TM, I mentioned it in the presentation, you can't just learn it yourself. You have to actually go through a process of getting passed over this information, because they pass over the mantra in a very spiritual way. It's a whole ceremony from a certified TM teacher. In South Africa, there's the link, I've mentioned it in the presentation. It's tm-za.org. You go there and basically it's the official South African TM website. And from there, you can find wherever you are in the country, the different TM teachers, and you can register and sign up and start practicing TM. And that's one aspect. And just another place, but again, it isn't meditation specific, but even if you are skeptical and just want to just try something out, not willing to invest in app or pay any money as yet, is a YouTube channel called Binaural Beats. It's just soothing frequencies you can listen to while you work, and they also have some guided stuff you can try. And from there, you feel you like it, you feel the difference, then try the apps if you are skeptical.
That's very interesting. Well, thank you so much for sharing such amazing information. And I'm pretty sure most of our listeners are going to try some meditation, and the least bit, they will try the app with the
Binaural Beats.
Binaural Beats. Oh, it's a YouTube
so
channel.
It's free, yeah.
Oh, so that's amazing.
Exactly.
Do you guys have any last things you want to share?
Yeah, I encourage people to just research it if you don't believe it, and just try it out and experientially learn. It's the only way you can actually feel the benefits. And yeah, just don't be skeptical. It's not woo-woo stuff, in my opinion, because that's the feedback we get. And I think you should just explore it for yourself and then come to a conclusion. Then just immediately have a judgment about it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, just like as we mentioned, just try it, even if it's not something that you would do out of your comfort space. Definitely, put some time, even if it's just 20 minutes, trying it, seeing how you feel after, and yeah, go with it. And then hopefully Suveer here can launch some meditation tracks that we can all listen to.